यज्ञदानतपः कर्म न त्याज्यमिति चापरे निश्चयं शृणु मे तत्र त्यागे भरतसत्तमा त्यागो हि पुरुषव्याघ्र त्रिविधः सम्प्रकीर्तितः यज्ञदानतपः कर्म न त्याज्यं कार्यमेव तत् यज्ञो दानं तपश्चैव पावनानि मनीषिणाम् एतान्यपि तु कर्माणि संगं त्यक्त्वा फलानि च कर्तव्यानीति मे पार्थ निश्चितं मतमुत्तमम् नियतस्य तु सन्न्यासः कर्मणो नोपपद्यते मोहात् तस्य परित्यागः तामसः परिकीर्तितः दुःखमित्येव यत्कर्म कायक्लेशभयात् त्यजेत् स कृत्वा राजसं त्यागम् तत्यागफलं लभेत् कार्यमित्येव यत्कर्म नियतं क्रियतेऽर्जुन संगं त्यक्त्वा फलं चैव तत्यागः सात्विको मतः न द्वेष्ट्य कुशलं कर्म कुशलेनानुषज्यते त्यागी सत्त्वसमाविष्टः मेधावी छिन्न संशयः न हि देहभृता शक्यं त्यक्तुं कर्माण्यशेषतः यस्तु कर्मफलत्यागी सत्यागीत्यभिधीयते अनिष्टमिष्टं मिश्रं च त्रिविधं कर्मणः फलम् भवत्यत्यागिनां प्रेत्य न तु सन्न्यासिनां क्वचित् पञ्चैतानि महाबाहो कारणानि निबोध मे सांख्ये कृतान्ते प्रोक्तानि सिद्धये सर्वकर्मणाम् अधिष्ठानं तथा कर्ता करणं च पृथग्विधम् विविधाश्च पृथक् चेष्टा दैवं चैवत्र पञ्चमम् शरीरवाङ्मनोभिर्यत् कर्म प्रारभते नरः न्यायं वा विपरीतं वा पञ्चैते तस्य हेतवः तत्रैवं सति कर्तारम् आत्मानं केवलं तु यः पश्यत्य कृतबुद्धिः.
Namaste, Ma.
Namaste.
Today, Srinivasaya ji also is there. Rekha Didi, Rahuji, Srinivas.
Namaste, Didi.
Namaste. Who was that? Can't see.
Srinivasaya ji. He is
Srinivas.
the Vibhaga Sanjalak of Karnataka.
Oh.
Shall we start? Now 7:30.
Yes.
Namaste, everybody. Let us start today's session with the prayer. I request our Kavita ji to start with our Three Omkar and Sahana.
Yes, sir. Let us start with three Omkaras and Om. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunattu Sahaviryam Karvavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. धन्यवाद.
Dhanyawad. Dhanyawad, Kavitaji. We are coming into a last part of Amrita Parivar lecture series by Mananiya Dr. Lakshmi Didi. All of you knows about Dr. Lakshmi Didi. Lakshmi Amma is the founder director of Vivekananda Kendra Vedic Vision Foundation, one of the senior most Karyakarta of Vivekananda Kendra, who worked very close with Vivekananda Kendra's founder, Mani Eknath Ranade. And she was the president of Vivekananda Kendra for many decades, we can say, and a mother incarnate for Vivekananda Kendra family, being a professor, a scientist of botany, a very well-known figure in India, we can say, especially in Kerala, with a reputed family. Amma having a very in-depth knowledge about our Indian scriptures, our Sanatana Dharma, and even in this 80s also she traveled throughout India, especially in Kerala, to spread the message of Swami Vivekananda, Sanatana Dharma, our Vedic principles. So Amma is giving this wonderful talk, the essence of Bhagavad Gita in the form of Amrita Parivar. So Vivekananda Kendra's 50th year celebration, Vivekananda Kendra has taken up Amrita Parivar is the main theme, where we have to spread the messages, how we can establish, how we can change ourselves from our own family to make it a Amrita Parivar, a Kudumba with values. So how we can inculcate these values from Bhagavad Gita, is that what Amma is giving through these lectures. Last it was the Sraddhatraya Vibhaga Yoga, the 17th chapter. Amma was explaining the summary of 28 shlokas. So the importance of Shraddha in this Sraddhatraya Vibhaga Yoga, how the Shraddha is very important for a family, means first of all for an individual to develop. So the importance of Shraddha we need to understand, because when Arjuna is asking a question, a common man with bhakti and Shraddha, when he is engaged in his sadhana or day-to-day activities, karma, how a scientific, even if he is not having the scientific outlook or the Shastra Vidhi, which category they belongs, which when the Shraddha is there, so in the gunas, which category he belongs, that way of a confused question when Arjuna is asking, the Krishna is giving wonderful explanation, different aspect of Shraddha he is giving. So whether the sattvic and rajasic and tamasic gunas, sattvic and rajasic Shraddhas, how it varies from person to person, and the three different type of Shraddhas Bhagavan is explaining. And in our day-to-day life, this Shraddha, how it plays a vital role. And I'm told that the central root of the Purushartha is Dharma. And to make our life a dharmic, we need the Shraddha. Means the importance of Shraddha to make a value-based society and family, that Amma has very well explained. So how to protect our dharma with the taking refuge in Shraddha. So, and for that, Amma has told the different methods how to achieve this Shraddha in our Parivar, in our Kutumba, how we can achieve in small things, how the different points Amma has told, like, in Guru Shishya Parambara, Guru Parambara, how respecting the teachers and how to obey the teacher's words, the Guru. So that itself will make a different changes. How Ramakrishna Paramahamsa has changed the life of Swami Vivekananda. One of the best example Amma has told. And the story of Kapalika, she has explained how Shankaracharya Shraddha has changed. Even the Kapalika Shraddha also, the changing, the attitude. Even Swami Vivekananda also, when he went to the forest and sitting in meditation, and when the animals comes also, that attitude, how it is changing. So another aspect which Amma has told is in our individual life also, in the Shastra Vidhi, in a scientific way, the Shraddha can be change an individual. So in a family also, a Shraddha, how we can change, that also Amma has told. So in a family, in a Parivar, so Shraddha, how we can change the total atmosphere itself. So in a small things, by taking care of the small things, how we can change the family atmosphere and make a the Amrita Parivar that Amma has told, like how elders are behaving. Elders are taking care of their children and maintaining the routine. That also is very equally important. Small things it may be, how they are taking care of the guest or Aditi, how we are caring them, and how the talk we have to do with the elders and with the guests. So all these small things, if we can have a changes and minute importance, if you give also, there will be tremendous changes we can do in the Amrita Parivar, that establishment, or we can see that there is tremendous changes, how to take food and different celebrations, how we do different prayers, how we do, how to take bath, how to take food, everywhere, how to sleep, everywhere, that Shraddha has to be achieved. Then there will be tremendous changes. So a vital role, importance role Shraddha can play to make that Amrita Parivar. So Amma has told very beautifully, utterly and butterly ingredient in life is what the Shraddha is. So how very important in our day-to-day life. So that alone is what making us to be reach into the Krishna or Bhagavan, or to the ultimate goal we can achieve by Shraddha, when we put it in our day-to-day life. So when we are saying that the family, Amrita Parivar means it is nothing but the family of Krishna. How beautifully Amma has told in the last class. So Amrita Parivar is nothing but Ishwara's Parivar, divine Parivar. That is nothing but the Krishna's family. We are becoming one with the Ishvara. So that is what in the next chapter also, Moksha Sannyasa Yoga, Amma will be explaining Moksha Sannyasa, the open door towards the moksha, the Vaikunta, how we can reach. As the 18th chapter is the summary of the whole Bhagavad Gita. We have seen in the second chapter also the summary of Bhagavad Gita, and that again, here again it is we can see that it is being summarized in the 18th chapter. Today Amma will be explaining the Gita Saramcha or Sangraha we can find out, and how we can reach into the highest goal in our life, or the purpose of our life of realizing or to reach into that moksha, and how that Amrita Parivar can be established. So this Amma will be explaining today. I request humbly Amma to start today's program.
Brahmacharya Vrati Dandi Sarva Vedanta Pandita Srimad Vivekayogi Mam Prachodayadu Sarvada Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangham Langhayate Girim Yatkrupatamaham Vande Paramahanandagu. Namaste to everybody. So today is virtually our last discussion on the Amrit Parivar in Bhagavad Gita. We are all extremely blessed, for we had been going on a pilgrimage through the words of Sri Krishna, and our purpose was how to take our mind off from the attachments of our Mrita Parivar, our Parivar which is always dying, dying, dying. All the values we are keeping, everything, traditions, everything have lost their intrinsic value. And that is why family gets shattered, no values are kept, elders are not taken care of, youngsters go on their own way. And just now Prasad said it is absence of Shraddha. We have to bring Shraddha into the family and everything. Now, the both armies are facing each other. They are all wondering what is happening in Arjuna's Ratha. Why the bugle is not being, why the Panchajanya is not being heard for the last starting of the war. They are all wondering. Duryodhana was getting angry at the delay. Then Bhishma said, keep quiet, keep quiet. There's something wonderful happening there. You shouldn't interfere. Just wait for some more time. So Bhishma is enjoying the dialogue between Sri Krishna and Arjuna, probably. So it is almost coming. Arjuna, his face has changed. It was a very mlana face where all the hope had been drained away. That was the expression on Arjuna's face. Now slowly, Arjuna's eyes are dazzling. What more I'm going to get? What more Krishna is going to say? Again, he was being strengthened by his words, and Sri Krishna says, yes. Now we are at the 18th step. From the 18th step, when we look up, we can already see the door of Vaikuntha. Tattvamasi, aham brahmasmi, vijnanam prajnanam brahma, sarvam galvidam brahma. All these wonderful Mahavakyas have been inscribed on the walls and everywhere. And they are being echoed all the time from there. So when we are stunned and looking at that, Sri Krishna tells Arjuna, be ready for the final touch. So we must be sure that all our extra luggages have been dropped. Our minds are emptied to some extent of the unwanted, dying aspirations. Our minds are filled with the thrilling effect of something which we had never thought of having before. That's something which we had never tasted at all. So 17 lectures of Sri Krishna had been teaching us how to taste that Amrita. In so many ways, he was telling us, that is the Amrita I want you to taste. So when we come to the last phase of Sri Krishna, on the concluding stage, we are asked to look back. Let us look back and see what we have left behind. So what is it we are seeing? Sri Krishna has taught us how to work, what is the work, how to dedicate, how to become a nimitta matra, what is jnana, what is vijnana, what is bhakti, what are the purusha, prakriti, samyoga, out of which the world is created, then the gunas and their effect, and then the shraddha as was being described now. So we have gone through all this. So I feel we have been like a lump of camphor, karpura. We started burning from chapter 1 onwards. When Krishna lighted our interest in listening to his words, we had been burning. We burned away so many unwanted interests, unwanted thoughts, unwanted ideas, and are now almost empty, except for that eagerness, what Krishna is going to tell us now. So Arjuna's mind also was filled with that enthusiasm, inquisitiveness. He could already feel a new energy flowing into his limbs. His hand was searching for the Gandiva already, because he had put it down. Gandivam samsade hasta. It was falling down. He is already touching it, making sure that it is there. It is at this stage now we are standing. So our camphor lumps, which we are, almost burning itself out. Only the last bit is there. All the unwanted things have already been burnt away. And this standing, waiting for Sri Krishna's words, it is at that time Sri Krishna, in the process of revising the knowledge of Arjuna, asking us also, you just turn back from first step onwards. So what is the sight we see? When we are on the Mount Everest, we have climbed down and we are looking down. What do we find? Water everywhere. Snow everywhere. The white glistening snow. Nothing else is seen. And as we strain our eyes to look down, we are stunned. When we were moving up, we were differentiating between the living and non-living, animals, chariots, men, Maharathas, foot soldiers, all those we were seeing. Now, when we look back from the heights of our understanding, what are it we are saying? We cannot even differentiate which is Pandava army, which is Kaurava army. All are just black dots on an expanse of Kurukshetra Bhumi. Can't differentiate who is who. As we go on concentrating, we find the various activities which they are engaged in, how worthless they are all. For that matter, not only in Kurukshetra, we are seeing the whole world when we look back. So many things we are doing. Eating, sleeping, procreating, educating ourselves, earning our bread, working, fighting. How worthless they are all. As we concentrate again, we find what sort of education we had. What is the type of knowledge we have gathered? is it of any use at all? Where is that knowledge? And where is this knowledge to which Sri Krishna is holding Arjuna's hand and bringing, along with we all followed Arjuna? What is that knowledge? Worthless knowledge. Then, as we are wondering like that, Arjuna's mind, suddenly, out of the confusion in his mind, appeared a balance sheet of what he had been listening to. There were two words written in that, sannyasa and tyaga. So he caught hold of those words and is asking Krishna, what is sannyasa and what is tyaga? So it is in the process of explaining these two words in its entirety that we get a revision of the Bhagavad Gita in the 18th chapter. Sannyasa and Tyaga, the two beautiful, dazzling diamonds in the crown of Mother India, Mother culture, Hindu culture, Sanatana Dharma. Sannyasa and Tyaga. Both of them are carriers of a mundane man to the heights of understanding and awareness. But still there is a difference. And Sri Krishna starts giving that difference between the two. And our great Vyasa calls that descriptive explanation of Sri Krishna by the term Moksha Sannyasa Yoga. So 18th discourse provides a revision. It is very good. We had almost forgotten. What did we hear in chapter 1, 2, 3, 4? Samkhya Yoga, Jnana Vijnana, all that we knew, but it is a very good exercise for us. 18th chapter provides a revision lesson to go through. Sri Krishna has advised Arjuna from the standpoint of a very, very understanding guru. A guru is very, very affectionate towards the Shishya. So he has told them what is the best way of living as an individual, in Swamiji's words, to be a man with capital M. He has told him, what is the use of a family? You are so much attached to this member, that member, your wife, your brothers, your cousins, so many things you were blabbering out. A family has its own wonderful use. Why I have created a family now, Arjuna, you know, that is the best way to expand our personality, best way to expand our mind, best way to expand our sense of surrender, our sacrifice, our seva. That is the kalari, the gymnasium, as Swami Vivekananda used to say, the gymnasium where we can start understanding the purpose and principles of our life supreme. And through these discourses, Krishna has achieved a wonderful thing. He has transformed Arjuna into a karma dhira. That was necessary to make him take up his bow with full of dhairya, courage, and at the same time make him a dharma veera, karma dhira, dharma veera, who is fully rooted in the dharma. No more confusion in his mind, which is dharma or adharma, which is papa or punya. By killing my relatives, won't I go to Naraka? Nothing was there. So he has become now a karma dhira and dharma veera. So what will Bhagavad Gita study do to us? They will transform us into Karmadhira and Dharmavira by cutting asunder all our foolish notions about oneself. I am a hero, I am a learned person, I am a rich person, I am this, I am that. All that has been removed. So from the moment, Klaibyam asmagama partha naidatvayupapadyade Shudram hridaya daurbalyam tyekto tishtaparantam. That is the first sutra, Sutra Mani, in our Bhagavad Gita Japamala. Klaibyam asmagama partha. We are all parthas, made of these Panchabhutas. So he is keeping Arjuna in front and telling all of us, don't be attached to this worldly family, worldly possessions, material wealth, material aspirations, material gains. Come out of that. Klaibyam asmagam partha. This is not for that. I am given you a human life. It is to manifest the divinity by controlling nature, external and internal, as Swamiji repeats. I have packed you with potential divinity inside. And a little effort on your part, you will know what is the purpose of your life. So starting from those words of Krishna, 18 chapters he has holding the hand of Arjuna. He had been slowly taking him through one sloka after another, exposition of one knowledge after another, one principle after another, one action after another, expanding his awareness like anything. Finally, Arjuna falls at his feet and see. So before that, I have told you everything, Arjuna. There is nothing more to be told. Whatever I wanted to tell you, I have already told you. Now, yathechasi tatha kuru. So what does Arjuna says? All my doubts have been cleared, O Lord. Karishye vajanam tava. I shall work your ideas. I shall work according to your directions. Here, it is very interesting for us to go to our, earlier we had our big joint families, So the youngsters were doing some mischief or other. And then one day, the big uncle, who is the head of the family, he calls him, gives him a lecture. He's slowly pretending to be listening to that. So grandpa knows this is only a pretension. So he says, whatever I have to say, I have told you. Now there is nothing more for me to tell you. So do whatever you want. Yathechasi tatha kuru. The present, in this Kali Yuga, in this century, this is the same thing the elders, the head of the family, tell the youngsters. I am giving you all this upadesha. Now do act according to what you wish. 5,000 years back, Sri Krishna, Arjuna had the same type of conversation. I have told you what I have to say. Now, yathechasi tatha kuru. See, there is another important point. Sri Krishna never asks, act according to what my directions. If he says like that, Arjuna's personality will not blossom. Yathechasi tatha kuru. By telling him like that, he is giving the last chance for Arjuna to use his mind-intellect complex, to tap his intelligence, to check up with his heart, and take a decision himself, not prompted by anybody, rooted in the knowledge he has gained out of Sri Krishna's words, he is going to act. He's sure of it now. Vimrisheda dasheshena. That is what Sri Krishna had told. So Arjuna says, I will do as per your injunctions, I shall do. So what Krishna had been doing, you can imagine Arjuna's chariot was finding so many roadblocks on the way. Before it is going to the Yuddha Bhumi, taking up the Gandiva, there were so many roadblocks. Sri Krishna had been removing the roadblocks one by one by one by one. 17 blocks he removed, and now the chariot is ready. The golden chariot. Tadashvedair hayir yukte mahatisyandane stito. Mahatisyandane, that chariot itself was resplendent, golden chariot with none other than Hanuman Swami on the flag, Sri Krishna as the Parthasarathi, and Arjuna, we have already discussed. This is a picture of the human form, human life. Our Panjendriyas are the horses. The chariot itself is our body. The Sarathi is our mind. What we call the reins. Reins are the sense organs. It is held in the hands of the Sarathi, the mind, and one of the owner sits. And if a chariot is not good, its destiny is already written. If the chariot is good, charioteer is good, and the animals are good, definitely you will reach the destination. We have learned already that when we went through the Kathopanishad ideas. So in the same way here, now Arjuna is ready. Arjuna's chariot is ready to move forward to its final destination. Those of you who have read Bhagavata, that story of the children, Brahman's children, they were all taken away by Mahavishnu and kept at Vaikuntha. He said, I just wanted to see you both together, Naranarayana. So Arjuna was about to jump into the fire, and at that time, he is pulling him and putting him in his chariot and going, and beyond the sun's orbit, when they go, it is totally dark, it seems, and Sudarshana, the real vision of Sri Krishna, it shows the way, and they go to the Vaikuntha, bring the children back. So that is the Sandana Gopala story. As I was telling the first time, every story, after you understand Bhagavad Gita fully, every story you will find some very, very meaningful ideas which are related to our Vedantic understanding. So when Arjuna looked down and he realized how foolish are the relationships he was entertaining in mind, and how foolish are the activities, how foolish was his thought that I am the killer and they are being killed, all that he understood. And now he is eager to listen to the final tap on his shoulder. What is Krishna going to say? At this moment, I want you to remind one more thing. I said Tyaga and Sannyasa. We know what Sri Ramakrishna used to say. The summary of Bhagavad Gita lies in that just one word. He used to say Gita, 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 very, very fast. And what will emerge out of the sound will be Tyagi. So Tyaga is a message of Bhagavad Gita. Tyaga is the message of our country. That is why it is called Tyaga Bhumi. Tyaga is the message of Hindu Dharma. Idam namama. Because Ishavasam sarvam, I have nothing at all here. So Tyaga and Sannyasa. So Sri Krishna starts explaining that. The whole of the 18th chapter, you will find Krishna explaining the subtle differences. Sannyasa means kamyanam karmanam nyasa. You give up the activities altogether. Wherever there is desire feeling, activities are there, you give up all that activities. But everybody cannot do that. Everybody cannot give up all the activities. So, what is to be done? Next, equally important, but which can be even more important than sannyasa, is tyaga. What is that, Krishna? What is tyaga? How is it different? Arjuna, I'll tell you. Sarva karma bhala tyaga. Whatever you do, you remember? I have told you. Yat karoshi, yadasnasi, yat juhoshi dadasi, yat tapassasi kaunteya, tat kurishamadarpanam. Don't take anything at all. Patmapatram ivambhasa. Let not any activity pollute you, pollute your mind. Never think I am doing. Nimitta matram bhava sabhyasachi. That is how I want you to do the work. Oh, so tyaga is like that. For a minute, Arjuna is a little stunned. Sri Krishna really understands the problem. So he says, don't worry, Arjuna. I know. Nahi deha brudha shakyam. That is all right, Krishna. I was thinking, how to give up everything. The embodied person cannot give up all the actions or all the fruits of actions. It is very difficult. Nahi deha brudha shakyam tektam karmani. All the karma, it is not possible. So, sarva karma bhalatyaga, when you have said, I feel I can think about it. I can contemplate on it and probably find a solution. So, our friend Arjuna is a little happy. He says that embodied persons, humans, would find it impossible to renounce all the actions. Therefore, this best part for them is this giving up sarva karma bhalatyaga. Now, to be one with Sri Krishna's Gita means we are also ready to relinquish the small I and are ready to grow in stature to the universal form. There is no other way. To belong to Sri Krishna's family, you must have a new passport, a new identity card, and a new, what we call the Aadhaar card. Unless that is with you, you cannot go there. You have to start growing into a universal form. Otherwise, you will be like Jaya Vijaya, who got a push and they came down as asuras. We have to be like the Sanat Kumara group so that nobody can push us out. That is what Krishna expects us, to grow into the stature of the universal form. That expansion would automatically rid us of all the smallness, anxieties, worries of past, present, future. It will break all the chains that were binding us to the various relationships at home, to the property, to the office, to my position. All those will be 5 P's. Position, property, promotion, prospects, power, all that will be with just one stroke. They will be removed. That is why Ajnana Timirandhasya. Due to the cataract created by Ajnana, I was holding all these chains and so proud of them, proud of my position, proud of my property, proud. one cut, it was all removed. So when Sri Krishna went to, when Sri Ramakrishna went to Varanasi, see, when we go to Varanasi, we find all the dirt accumulated on the streets. Now, I don't know, after our Modi ji has cleared everything. Otherwise, when I went in early days, we cannot enter into Shiva's temple. Such a narrow lanes. There will be one bullock standing there, and there will be children playing in between. A scooter will come. Can't enter into the temple. But now the whole thing has been cleared, no? So even earlier, when people went to Varanasi, they saw the buildings, the temple, etc., etc. But when Sri Ramakrishna went there, what did he see? He saw Swarnamayi Varanasi. He saw Kashi, golden Kashi. Not only that, as he looked here and there, whom did he see? He saw Shiva Parvati physically untying the knots from the dead bodies which are being burned. All their papa getting removed, both husband and wife working together to remove all the papas. So that is how Sri Ramakrishna saw. When our mind is elevated into the universal form, what happens is we don't see these differences. You know, in Kanyakumari, when you stand at the point, we say there is 3 seas, Bengal, Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea, and the Indian Ocean in front. But if we go down, then we have lost touch with the land area, which is Bay of Bengal, which is Indian Ocean, which is Arabian Sea. All the animals and fishes there, they don't have a passport or visa to go from this side to that side. Nothing is there. So when you go into the depths of our hearts, filled with love, there are no differences at all. A mother loves all her children with the same deep love and affection, serves them all with the same affection. So it is when the land mass comes into touch with the ocean, we find it is Bay of Bengal, this, that, and that. So where love is, there are no barriers. Now, suppose we go in a plane. We are flying from Delhi to London. After some time, where is India? Where is Pakistan? Where is Afghanistan? Where is UAE? This, nothing is there. So when you raise yourself into a universal height, through knowledge, you have the capacity to see everything as one. A beautiful, we see nothing but the blue sky. No differentiation at all. And the more and more we see that and enjoy that sight of oneness, our heart also expands in that oneness. Only where differences are there, the mind will start functioning its own kutantras. But if it is not there, then the mind is also very happy. So, one by one, Sri Krishna explains to Arjuna, when I said Tyaga, all the Tyagas do not fall into one category, Arjuna. That Prakriti, you know, that Maya, she will always be doing her own mischief. So even though it is, Tyaga is very good, but remember, in that also there is Sattvika Tyaga, Rajasik Tyaga, Tamasik Tyaga. Similarly, when you are working, your intentions, Sattvika, Tamasik, Rajasik, Tamasik. So beware to pick up the best portion. The cream, when we keep the milk after boiling, the cream which comes onto the top, that is the best portion. Take up that, eat. Or the butter, as Sri Krishna used to do. He never used to drink samphara or the buttermilk. He used to take full curds only. That is the best part of it. So similarly, in the Tyaga, when you practice, you must check up with your mind. Mind, are you having any personal interest? Are you working for some gain here and there? Are you working for the destruction, annihilation of another person? Then you will find Tyaga will say, yes, I want to destroy. There is a Shatru Vinashana, something here. Some pujas are there. Actually, the Shatrus are our own Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha. But there is Shatru Samhara, pujas, etc. People have become so low-minded, they conduct pujas to bring about some bad effects on the Shatrus. So there are pujas like that, abhichara karmas like that. So they are not part of your Tyaga or Yajna or anything like that. Where you are doing it fully knowing, Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavihir, Brahmagnau, Brahmana Hudam, Brahmaiva Tena Gandavyam, Brahma Karma Samadhina, with full awareness that nothing but Brahma is there. In that way, if you are able to do, then that Tyaga, there is no I in the picture at all. That is the best way to do, Arjuna. So when I said Tyaga, don't take Tyaga as a huge packet itself. Remove that, untie it, and see which Tyaga is the best of them. So Arjuna is very happy now. He is ready to surrender everything. Sri Krishna, I have been telling you, everywhere Sri Krishna wants to give us something. He is so affectionate towards the humans. Because we are all Arjunas in front of him, he will give us some beautiful gift here and there. So in this also, he is ready with us, with a gift for us. What is he selling? He says, Pradijani Priyosimi, in the 64th and 65th stanzas of the 18th chapter, Sri Krishna says, very beautifully, he says, Sarva Gukhyatam Ambhuya, Shrinume Vachana Paramam Vacha, Ishtosi me Dhridamiti, Tato Vakshyami te hitam, Manmana Bhava Madbhakto, Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru, Mamai Vaishyasi Satyam te, Pratijane Priyosimi. Pratijane, it is the Reserve Bank governor's signature on the note that makes a note worthwhile. So these are the words Vyasa has taken out of the mouth of Sri Krishna. It is a pradijane, it is a promise. You remain dear to me. I have told you how to do that. Check up with your 12th chapter, Bhakti Yoga. Same Priyaha, 7-8 slokas. Person, Adveshta Sarva Bhutanam, like that. So when you become universal in your mind, personality, then you are very, very dear to me. To such a man, Pratijane, you become my bhakta. You do namaskars to me at every time, every chance you get. Think of me, keep me in your mind. Mamai Vaishyasi Satyam, they slowly, the camphor which is burning finally burned itself. And where it disappears? It disappears into the universal atmosphere. So in the same way, Pradijane. And then comes the dynamo, which we don't know how to comprehend that sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tva sarva pabhebhyo mokshayishyami ma shucha. When the camphor has completely burned itself, sarva dharman parityajya, now you have no more to do. Neither sannyasa, nor tyaga, or sattvika, rajasika, tamasika. Nothing matters now, Arjuna. Give up everything. Just merge unto me. Mam ekam sharanam vraja. Aham tva sarva papebhya. Even if you think you have done some wrong, everybody will be doing some wrong or some mistake in life. After all, we are living in a world. So don't worry at all. But constantly in your mind, keep me, Arjuna. I will never forsake you. Pradijani. I am telling you, tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara buddhyacha. Tasmat manusyeshu kaschin me priyakruttama bhavita nachame tasmat anya priyataro. A person who has totally absorbed with me, like we have seen our great Suradas, he was given eyes. He said, no, I don't want eyes. I don't want to see anything other than Krishna. So if you see me eyes, by mistake, my mind may start seeing some worldly things. Krishna, I don't want that. Take off my sight. I don't want the sight. Because I want, in my mind you are there. I will go on enjoying that upasana. So in that way, Sri Krishna is about to conclude his summary as the final dynamo. It will take the rocket up into the Vaikuntha. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Remember, we have to come to that stage to parityajya sarva dharman. Don't start taking its meaning. See, Krishna never said this in the first chapter or second chapter or third or fourth, fifth, sixth or seventh. No. In the 18th chapter, after making sure Arjuna has almost 99.9% absorbed Sri Krishna unto himself, then he says, Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. You don't have to have anything else. No studies, no work, no promotion, nothing. Remove all that from your mind and then fill it up with Krishna, 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 Krishna. I believe there is a story when Panjali was with Satyabhama and Rukmini, they asked her, why Krishna loves you so much, Panjali? What is his secret? What is the secret? I love him so much. That is his secret. But both of them were combing her hair, I believe. Panjali had such beautiful hair. Rukmini and Satyabhama were standing on each side and combing her hair. And as they were combing, each and every hair was murmuring, Krishna, 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 Krishna. They were stunned. My goodness, every cell in her body is all the time mumbling Krishna, 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 Krishna. And that is why she has become Krishna. Her own name itself has become Krishna because she is full of Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Now, how to sum up? We don't know how to sum up this Bhagavad Gita. What shall we do? We will make use of Sanjaya's words, isn't it? That is the best way we can sum up our Bhagavad Gita. What does Sanjaya say? Wonderful are his words because he is one person who had been listening to him so carefully. He didn't have the obligation of Arjuna, war or this or that. So with full Shraddha, he was listening to Krishna. Ityaham vasudevasya Parthasya cha mahatmana samvadamimam ashrausham adbhutam romaharshanam. He's saying, as I was listening to Sri Krishna's words, "Oh Maharajan, all my hairs were standing up. Vyasa Prasada Sutavan." I could listen to this, not because I was deserving it, but because of the great blessing Vyasa conferred on me. Oh Rajan, Rajan Samsmritya Samvadamimam Adbhutam. There is no other word in which amazing. There is no other word. Tam Adbhutam, Rajan, remembering those words uttered by Sri Krishna, full of love and understanding for Arjuna, but for the benefit of the entire mankind, so that the whole universe will take lessons from that. Keshavarjunayo punyam rishyami cham hurmukur tacha samsmritya. Not only the words, Maharajan, I had the great good fortune to see that Vishwarupa. Rupam atyalbhudam hare. Again albhuda. There is no other word which can be otherwise. Atyalbhudam hare. Vismayo me mahan rajan. Krishyami cha punah punah. I cannot convey my feelings, O Rajan. I can only sum up what I have heard. And that should be our last beat in our own Japamala. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara, Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhudi, Dhruva Nidir Madir Mama. I can only say one thing, O Maharajan. I should not call you a fool, no? But what is it I can tell you? Where Sri Krishna, the Yoga Raja, is there, and where Arjuna, the Dhanurdhara, is there, when they come together, knowledge and action, when they come together, O Rajan, Tatra Sri Vijayo Bhudir, Dhruvani Tirmatirmama. There, all the Sri, all the prosperity, everything will be coming together, and the whole universe will be blessed. So what is it we can do? We have to combine in ourselves the Yogeshwara Krishnas, that amazing quality of Sri Krishna, and the amazing capacity of Arjuna in working, in seva, in renunciation, and then manifest that divinity which is the real nature of us, as Swamiji has taught us. So, the Bhagavad Gita, we can say, is also a commentary on Swami Vivekananda's very famous quotation, each soul is potentially divine. The goal in life is to manifest to that divinity by controlling nature and external and internal. Sri Krishna was teaching Arjuna how to control the nature, external and internal. Do by work or worship, philosophy or work or worship, psychic control or philosophy, by one or more, all of them be free. We had been very, very fortunate that we have a living model of Sri Krishna in our Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda's lectures are nothing but an expanded version of the Gita which Bhagavan has given to Arjuna. And let us, through studies of Swami Vivekananda, touch the feet of Sri Krishna. We had been very, very fortunate that we could do this study without much break, except for one slight day's postponement. We didn't have any break at all. And by God's grace, I could make use of my very, very little knowledge and approach Gita in an unusual way. So to belong to Krishna's Parivar That is Amrita Parivar. There is only one Amrita in the whole universe, and that is Sri Krishna Amrita. The power of Satya and Dharma, that is the only Amrita. So Satya and Dharma, when we make them part of our nature, our character, our day-to-day working models, then automatically Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhadi Dhruvani Dirma Dirma. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu.
Dhanyavadamma. Wonderfully, you concluded the 18th chapter. We are so fortunate to listen from you the essence of Amrita Parivar from Bhagavad Gita, how Bhagavan is advising all of us to live or to establish an Amrita Parivar with a dharmic way. And in the 18th chapter also, when Arjuna is asking the difference between sannyasa and tyaga, so how beautifully Bhagavan is explaining the tyaga is the ultimate, and through tyaga alone, and by surrendering to me, by leaving all other things, surrender to Ishvara, the karya, karma which we have undertaken. So we achieve that goal and we reach into that Vaikunta, the highest goal or the self-realization we can achieve. It's a wonderful ways Hama has explained the essence of Amrita Parivar from Bhagavad Gita. We are so fortunate to listen from you and blessed to be part of this program. I request if anybody have any doubt on today's topic or any previous talk also, you can share or you can ask Amma. If nothing is there, I so fortunate that with us our All India Vice President of Vivekananda Kendra, Maniniya Niveda Didi.
Is there? She is there with us in Kodungalur.
Didi has come to Kodungalur, Guruvayur for a couple of talks, the webinars on Dharma in daily life and Dharma, the soul of Bharat. A few talks and the webinar which she conducted. And now she is there with Lakshmi Didi also. And Manya Nivedadi is the All India Vice President, a Padma Shri Awardee, a great orator and written a number of books and traveled throughout India, even abroad also. If she can also talk something on this topic, we will be very fortunate. Earlier, generally, our Raghunandanji used to give a summarized summary.
No, my namaste to all. Actually, Lakshmi Didi has taken very systematically from chapter to chapter about Amrit Parivar in family. Bhagavad Gita. That is what she has taken. And as you know, that since few years, we have been also celebrating Gita-18 by inviting the families. Because Gita is not to be learned at the end of life, end of life, but it has to be lived since childhood. And therefore, in family only, the Gita needs to be inculcated for a family to become Amrita family. As we know that in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Sri Krishna calls our dharma as Amrita dharma in last shloka of 12th chapter as well as 14th chapter. So this practicing Amrita dharma in a family makes Parivar as Amrita Parivar. And we have been really very fortunate that Didi has really guided us how the family should be rooted in spiritual tradition of Gita. And I am also sure that book will also come out in English so that even beyond Kerala, people can read it and understand it. I am fortunate to be present here today and be part of it. My namaskar to all of you.
Dhanyavad Didi, dhanyavad. The last session, all are eagerly waiting for the Japamala, the compilation or the selected shlokas, as Divya in the beginning told, around 51 shlokas she will be selecting from the whole Bhagavad Gita, and she will give as a Japamala. So about that, she will be giving a talk in the next week on 7th December. So that will be the last session on this series. I request all of you to be part of this.
7th December will be
Wednesday, next Wednesday.
next
Next
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah, next Wednesday it will be there. All of you please be part of it. So we will conclude today's session with the Shanti Mudra. I request our Bhandarkar Didi to give the Shanti.
Hansen Namaskaram. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhave. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Shubhratri, everybody.
Shubhratri.
Namaste.
Namaste.